Yo, what is going on, guys? The Yorkshire Biker here. So today, basically, I'm just making you all aware that it's only 4 weeks till the ride out. It's only 4 weeks. 8th of July. I've organised the ride out. There is a link on Facebook for it, so if you want to go, you want a bit more information, click on the link in the description. That'll take you to the Facebook event, and you'll be able to see there. Let me know if you're wanting to go, whether you're interested or whether you're not. It don't matter, just so that I know whether how many people, we should expect to see. So basically, it's going to be a ride from Squire's Cafe. We'll be leaving at 11 o'clock. So we're going to be leaving Squire's at 11 o'clock. It's a nice 1.5 to 2 hour ride to Scarborough, depending on which way you go. So we should expect to be there for around 11. There is a fuel station a couple of miles from Squire's, so if you need to top up, you can do. Or make sure, in fact, yeah, if everybody can make sure you've got enough fuel when you get to Squire's, just so that we don't have to sort of end up stopping and waiting for people and possibly losing each other. It just helps keep everybody together. Yeah. So we'll get to Scarborough for around 1 o'clock. Now, what I'm planning on doing at the moment is going straight down to the beach. Have some dinner, get some fish and chips or something, a couple of donuts. Well, I think I've had enough. And then from there, maybe stay there an hour or so. And then from there, we'll head up to the Oliver's Mount. If anybody who don't know, that's basically the road racing circuit that's in Scarborough. Now, I will say it is an open road. When there's no racing on, it's an open road. So, by all means, if you want to have a blast around it, I can't stop you doing that. But I'm not taking any responsibility if anybody crashes, or whether you get involved in an accident with another car or whatever. That's not my responsibility. You're responsible for your own actions. Now, if you want to have a blast, then that's your own choice. I'll probably end up having a go myself, but I don't go stupid, because there's cafes and football fields all over it. So just got to be careful. Stick to the speed limits. Wink, wink. And then from there, we'll probably spend, I don't know, 10-15 minutes around there. Get a picture on the start line next to Barry Sheen Monument Memorial thing. Then you can either ride back with me. I'll probably be on my own, because we'll have just got back from the Lake District. I'm going up there for a few days with my dad. We get back on, I think, the 5th or the 6th. So my dad may or may not want to be going out riding for another couple of hours, or be out riding all day. So I may be on my own. So if people want to ride back with me, that's fine, you can do, or you can make your own way. It's entirely up to you. I don't mind. Squeaky brakes. I've not been to Squire's this way for hiccups for a while, so we'll see what the road conditions are like. And as you've probably already guessed, yes, I am back on the Z750. There is a really good reason for that. It was something that I've talked about with my dad anyway, so it's not like I've done something and then decided I want a bike that's not broken. But basically on Saturday, I went out for a ride with my dad. I was on the Triumph still, because at that point the bike was still mine. So basically we went up to Ribblhead Viaduct, Hawes, that area. Now, we went across the tops of the hills. It was on its way down into Hawes, and we entered this small little village, country village area, and we saw a Ford. not a Ford as in a car Ford, a Ford as in a road through a river Ford. Now, obviously on the intercoms, we spoke between ourselves about going through this Ford, and with me obviously being in front, I attempted to go across the Ford first. Now, I didn't realise, yes, it's my own fault, my own stupidity. I entered it, I weren't doing any speed, the speedo wasn't reading anything because its needles on Triumph, so it was on 0, that's how slow I was going. Entered this Ford, underneath the water, the floor was completely, there was no traction whatsoever. The bike spun out, dropped it, and I don't know how, because I weren't reading anything on the speedo. The bike just actually slid all the way to the other end. I'm on my ass sliding through this through this stream. Unfortunately, the camera wasn't on either, which I'm gutted about, because that would have made me well, that'd have been awesome. Yeah, so unfortunately I didn't get it on camera. I was actually laid in the water, and I said to my dad over intercom that I'm gutted I didn't get it on film. Not too much damage to the Triumph from that. Basically, because it's a third bike, the right hand side was a little bit scuffed. It's took a bit of paint off, but the crash bungs saved the majority of the bike. The bar ends, levers, mirrors, everything's fine. Just one panel. My dad did rub it back, and he's polished it up and got most of the scratches out of the lacquer, but there's a couple of areas where it's gone down to the plastic, so we're gonna have to get that sorted. So yes, Saturday evening, my uncle came up. We had a ride over to Squire's Cafe. Now, before we got there, obviously I had to put fuel in. Got to the fuel station there, my house, and yes, filled up. Bike wouldn't start. Ended up having to bump it. But anyway, cut a long story short, on the way home from Squire's, the bike just completely died. Needles went, the clocks just died, everything. So I had to pull up, could not get anything to start. The ignition had come on, no power. So we took the bike home, got the dad to pick it up in the van, got it home, we've had a look into it, and it appears the regulator rectifier's blown. So whether that's an issue with it being dropped in water earlier that day, or whether it's just blown, because them things can happen, we don't know. But another one of them's been ordered. I'm going to actually fix the panel myself on the Triumph, because I dropped it, so it's only fair that I replace it. So yeah, a few eventful days. But anyway, I'm going to cut it off here. I think I've been babbling on, whatever you want to call it. I've been going on far too long. You're probably already turned off. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. I think that's it. So yeah, until next time, guys, ride safe. Keep stick side down. I love you all.